Hello and welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be ranking every 2012 Marvel Lego set. This is the first year of Marvel, and under this term they were all branched as superheroes, so DC and Marvel kind of had the same line going. In this video I'm not going to be covering DC, but if you want to see it in a different video, let me know in the comments below. I'm not going to waste any of your time, we're going to get straight into it, but first we got to cover three that didn't quite make it into the list. The reason they didn't make it is because they're San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and one was a promo for the actual theme, so let's just get through these real quick. First we've got kind of the theme promo, which is this Iron Man and Captain America. As you can see, they only made 125 of these, so I'm not counting these towards the general list. As well, we have two San Diego Comic-Con 2012 exclusive minifigures, which were Symbiote Spider-Man, which you can see on the left here, and then on the right you have Jean Grey in her Dark Phoenix costume. Now that we've got those out of the way, we can get into the actual sets and get this ranking on the way. The first three on this list are the losers of this year, and by far the worst in my opinion. There's a reason they haven't made these since, so let's just get through them. First we have this Captain America Bionicle kind of mishmash, and it looks terrible in my opinion. It looks way too bulky. I don't understand what these gray pieces are, but the shield does look good, so it can have that, I guess. This was at $45.97, and it cost a whopping $17.99 in Canada, or $15 in the United States, which meant this set only had 44 pieces in it in total, so yeah, the price per piece, you guys are not going to like that. Next, moving on to set 4530, which is another Bionicle, except this time it's the Hulk. The Hulk came with 39 pieces and retailed for the exact same price. But yeah, this thing is even worse in my opinion. I don't understand why there's gray in this at all. I mean, not to get nitpicky, but I'm going to nitpick the hell out of this thing. Blue pants makes no sense. It should be purple in almost every version of Hulk I've ever seen. Torso just looks weird. He's got small arms. I know it's Bionicle pieces, but still, the hands look awful, and that face is just terrible. But yeah, luckily we can move on from that now and get to the next one. Next, we move on to the best, I guess, mech in this entire set, or this Bionicle guy. At least this one comes with a play feature. It only has 44 pieces though, which is tied with Captain America, but a few of those pieces are what you launch out of the cannon, so this is set 4529. I'll be honest, I don't entirely hate the proportions on this thing, but the cannon on his shoulder looks weird, and I just can't get over the price, especially the way this, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think you guys will agree with me. The Bionicles were never made again for a reason, so we'll leave it at that and move on to something else. Next, in the first technically Lego set on the entire list is 30165 Hawkeye with Equipment, which might be the most creative name I've ever heard come out of Lego. But beyond that, you actually get a minifigure in this one, and the Hawkeye's pretty good, all things considered. It looks pretty close to what the Avengers one is supposed to look like, and I guess you get this kind of half wall with all this equipment, including a fire extinguisher, blah blah blah, you get the rest. And coming next, we have set 30162, the Quinjet with 33 pieces. Technically, this is another polybag, and don't worry, we've got a couple more coming yet. The only real reason this is above Hawkeye is because it has more pieces, and it really wasn't that expensive, being $7.55 nowadays. I cannot find the original price for this, so maybe this was a gift with purchase or something, but overall the build looks fine. I mean, you don't expect to put minifigures in it. It's pretty basic, but I think it looks fine for what it is. Actually, side note, I just found out that you got this with the Sun newspaper on Monday 29th, October 2012, so that's the only way to get this, unless, you know, you just buy all the pieces, which wouldn't be that hard, but yeah, fun fact for you. And next, but definitely not our last polybag on this list, we have set number 30163 with 25 pieces, Thor and the Cosmic Cube. So the Thor minifigure itself is pretty good. This set retailed for $5, so it was a good cheap way to get Thor. Although the Cosmic Cube, which I'm assuming they mean is the Tesseract, is supposed to be blue, and they just kind of use this clear 1x1 piece, but overall I think it's fine. It was only $5, so how can you really go wrong with that? Thor's set also comes with an action feature where you can hit his hammer on the ground, exposing the Cosmic Cube or the Tesseract, which is pretty cool if you ask me. Now this one might be controversial because I don't actually know if it's from this year or not. This is set number 30167, which is Iron Man versus a drone. I don't know the exact name of it, but that's roughly it. The Iron Man looks really good, and this is the first set that we have with a play feature besides the other Iron Man, and I think it looks pretty good. Overall, if this set did exist, it's here on the list for a reason, right in the middle of the pack, probably where it should be, so yeah. And now we can move into our first actual box set of the year, which is 6865 Captain America's Avenging Cycle with 72 pieces, and this thing retailed for $16 Canadian or $12.99 American. This set is pretty standard, although it's pretty overlooked in my opinion. I still think it's a good set, I just don't think it's better than many of the other sets on this list. 2012 was a pretty good opening inaugural year for these guys, so yeah. The set's pretty basic. It comes with the one-piece motorcycle, probably made out of 20 pieces, along with these two Chitauri outposts. So you've got the flying vehicle that shoots flick fire missiles, as well as the kind of ground piece that just shoots a flick fire missile, two Chitauri warriors, and of course Captain America and his shield. And next on the list we have set number 6868, Hulk's Helicarrier Breakout, 389 pieces, $65 Canadian, $50 American. This is one of the few sets that I have on this list where I did have it when it came out, but since then it's been completely lost. I mean, I don't have a single piece from this thing. This set's pretty cool. It has a few cool play features, like if you push this button above where Loki's cell is, then this entire front piece of the cage will fall off, as well as if you go to the right there, you tip this kind of oil barrel over these two propane tanks, I guess they're kind of like, they fall out of there. Overall, this set is pretty clunky, but it does hit every point of the movie that they were trying to hit. You have obviously the jet in the front, which I think is supposed to be like a Quinjet, although kind of doesn't look like one at all. This is also supposed to be the Tesseract, which, I mean, we've gotten much better Tesseracts, thank goodness, since then, but yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. Then you move to the middle where you've got his kind of cage, and then I don't even know what on the right side is supposed to be. It's kind of just like a stand for Hulk, so it's kind of just a clunky mess of different scenes that don't really fit together. So it's not really my favorite set, but I can see what they were trying to do, and I mean, they got better at it since. So even this seating area on the top is pretty awkward, and it doesn't really make any sense, like what are you controlling? But yeah, that's the Hulk Breakout. There's not too much more to say about that, and it's okay. I just think it could be much better. Moving to the next set on this list, we go to set number 6873, which is Spider-Man's Doc Ock Ambush, 295 pieces, $40 Canadian, $30 USD. Now in this set, of course, being 2012 and the first year of Marvel Lego, we get the first Spider-Man, the first Doc Ock, and even this Iron Fist, which is directly from the comic books, I believe. Now, this set is based on the Spectacular Spider-Man TV show, so I'm not going to comment on its accuracy or not. I'm just going to comment on if it's a good set or not. So the Doc Ock in this set, to me, is the standout. I think this is the best part of this set. The set itself, again, is kind of just a weird, clunky mess, although I don't think it's as bad as the one before this. It's still just kind of weird. So we'll kind of start on the left side of this one. So the left side has this kind of containment area where you can have Spider-Man break Iron Fist out of, and then if we move to the middle, it looks like it's kind of a holding area or restraints for Iron Fist, where maybe Doc Ock's doing some experiments on him. We're not too sure about that. And on the right side, you have this fan, which you can have Spider-Man either crawl under this fan to get into this kind of area, or you can attach him to the top with his webs, and he can kind of swing around that area. It also includes this mini bike, which has flick fire missiles, which is kind of pointless if you ask me, but hey, it's another build, so why not? If anyone knows what this is actually from, or what episode this is from, please let me know, because yeah, I've never watched the Ultimate Spider-Man. So. Next up, we have set number 6867, which is Loki's Cosmic Cube Escape, retailed for $25 Canadian, $19.99 US. This set also had 181 pieces. This set came with the exact same Loki minifigure that the Hulk's Helicarrier Breakout did, and the same Hawkeye minifigure that was in the polybag. The Iron Man figure is also the one that may or may not have been a polybag that year, still to be determined, but it also comes with this beefy shield truck, which is pretty cool if you ask me. The truck itself can only fit one minifigure, which is kind of weird to me, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It only comes with 3 minifigures, so it's fine. Regardless of a couple stickers in this set, it has some pretty cool play features, such as these flick fire missiles. There's a fire extinguisher above that, and then you've got on the back where you can flick Loki up and in the air, I guess, if you want to get rid of him. At this point, LEGO had been doing vehicles for a really long time, so it makes sense to have one in this set, and honestly, they did it really well. I think this is probably, well, evidently this is one of the best sets of that year, so. And now for the last 2 sets on this list, it was really hard for me to decide which one's better, and in 2012, if you were to ask me this, it would probably be reversed, but hindsight is 2020, and I'm going to pick the one I would want most now. And that means at number 2 on this list is set number 6869, the Quinjet Aerial Battle, 735 pieces, $69.99 US, $90 Canadian. I truthfully think this might be the contender for the best build, but the fact that it's a toss-up means I have to go for the other one for first place. The minifigures in this set are all a complete reuse besides the Black Widow, which is new to this set, the Iron Man, the Loki, the Thor, and the Chitauri. We've all seen other sets in this list at least once, some of them twice or 3 times. But the build itself is amazing, and especially the design detail they put into it. So obviously you have the opening cockpit, you have a kind of back area which isn't too much space, but it's enough that it doesn't really need to be any bigger. On top of that, you have enough room for 2 flick fire missiles on each side, and then the wing tips, or the very edge of the wings, they move kind of around in this kind of circular pattern. But it doesn't stop there. It also has this weird little drone along with Loki's old outdated scepter, but he's on the back of his chariot here being guided around by Chitauri. I mean, all around this set is just really good. I just can't overlook how much I like the set that's in first place. But yeah, this set is just super good, and I honestly have no complaints about it. Which means, of course, at number 1, we have set number 6866, 199 pieces, Wolverine's Chopper Showdown, $19.99 American, $25.99 Canadian. I think the build in this set is actually pretty decent, but it's the minifigures that put it overall as the best set of this year. I think a bunch of you are probably going to disagree with me, but hey, that's why it's my list. But be sure to leave your comments down below and let me know how you really feel. I mean, the build overall looks really good. It's kind of a small helicopter, but I think it does the job well enough, especially for 2012. I also really like this color they used. It has some flick-fire missiles on the side, as well as 2 spaces for you to sit people. One in kind of this Lego City style opening hatch in the front, and then, of course, in the middle you could fit a minifigure or 2 there. And then there's also this little motorcycle you get that comes along with Wolverine. That looks pretty good as well. I mean, it's only like 2 or 3 pieces, so not a big deal, but the real draw of this set is the 3 great minifigures being Magneto, Wolverine, and I believe the only Deadpool we've ever gotten. I mean, these minifigures are just crazy good. If they weren't in this set, this definitely would have been lower on the list, but I just think these minifigures are so good. Maybe that it just had to be this high on the list. I mean, in my opinion, this is one of the best minifigure selections we've ever gotten in such an inexpensive set when it came out. Well, that'll do it for this list. Please let me know what you think. I'm really interested to see if you guys like this kind of quick to the point format style video. If you do, I'll be sure to do a bunch more like this in the future. Or if you like the more slower paced kind of talk through every detail of a set list, I can go back to that too. But that'll do it for the 2012 set ranking list. 2013 will be on the way soon. Be on the lookout for ranking the 2013 sets of Marvel. And yeah, let me know if you guys want to see the inverse of this, which is the 2012 DC superheroes list, because I'm kind of interested to see what those old DC sets look like as well. But anyway, if you've made it to this point, just let you know I really appreciate it and love to see your support. So thank you guys and have a good day.